Hello, hello. I am sorry. The clock on the wall must need a new battery. How are you? I actually had a meeting with my one of my professors. We did as a group, and so I was working over there and was watching the clock, and lo and behold, that is not the right time. Hello. Okay. I'm not really sure what's happening with my laptop either right now. There we go. There we go. How are you? Let's see. Hello, hello. I'm here. Thank you for the heart me. Just waiting on the laptop. Yeah, we had a class meeting on Zoom, and then I was just sitting over there, just kind of waiting on time. Well, I wasn't waiting on time, technically. I was eating. And then I looked up and I'm like, oh, I got a couple more minutes. And then my phone showed the time and I'm like, oh, no, I don't. Well, there's my lip stuff. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Thank you for the bubble gum. Okay. So I painted this. Red is such a finicky color. So I got a drink. All right. We'll wait for a couple more people. Hello, Rachel. Rochelle. Sorry, Rochelle. Oh, no. Thank you for the heart me. Judy, you must have fallen asleep last night. We were, I was wondering, I just didn't hear from you again. Good, how are you? Because it said you were still here, but you weren't. So this is what we ended up with. So I think while we're waiting for a few more people to pop in, let's just erase those guide marks. This thing is so warped. So we'll erase those guide marks. Apologize ahead of time for the shaking of the camera. But I wanted to kind of see what it looks like in here. I think it'll be fine. I think on an ornament it would be fine because, you know, we're going to have glitter in the background filling in the space. Yeah. I'm going to have to do... I'm so used to a black background. I'm going to have to find some black glitter. That's fine. Hi, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we're I think at this particular stage where, you know, some of you are, you know, kind of able to do your own thing. Some of you are excelling in doing your own thing. But I think I actually really like this pattern. I think, so those of you that are here, are you planning on doing like Christmas ornaments? And were you planning on doing the, the actual with the glitter in the ornament, or if I can stay awake, I'm trying something to. Yes, thank you. Hi, MJ. Yay. Thank you for the heart, me. You're going to do wood rounds. So is it just like an ornament shape, or you're just going to pop a hole in it? I'm just trying to figure out what I really like. Because, I also have the thank you for the TikToks. What do they call that? The wood slices with the live edge. The only thing about them is they're not really smooth. They're kind of rough. Thank you, Judy. But yeah, that came out really pretty. I really kind of like those colors. I got to remember to write them in my book. Greenhouser. We did not use the forest green, although I should probably get that color. We used that, and then the medium green and not the lush green. So I'll have to... Oh, sometimes they aren't completely round. Yeah, I mean, that is true as well. Pop a hole, paint two sides. Yeah. Hi, yes. So, yes. That's what we're kind of working up towards. I feel like, I mean, if you're comfortable already with doing small designs, then you should be fine. But because I literally have not ever done, I've never done a structured design. So when I say that, like, I did these years ago when I was first learning. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have a stencil or anything, so I just did them. But what I had done was actually did initials, so it was all freehand. So this would be my first experience actually doing painting on an ornament. So that being said, I wanted to practice a little bit. Oh, God, I tell you, glitter gets everywhere. It's funny, the other night I went over in the kitchen and there was glitter in there. So, yeah, so what we're doing, or what we're kind of working on, is, working on getting those smaller dots, getting those smaller patterns, and then, some people might actually paint on the wood ornament shapes. I think some are considering doing the flat plastic. I just ordered from the Rainforest it's a little over 3-inch and a little over 4-inch ornaments, as well as a silicone stencil. Yeah, it is like, I just took that out and it was everywhere. No, I don't suppose you do. I suppose you could still end up, well, here, hang on, let me show you what I've got. So these are 4-inch rounds. So I don't know what is going on with so these are 4-inch rounds. So this was something like, kind of like an experiment, but you'll want, your design, and you know what, Tam? You can just do dots if you want. You don't have to do a design. But, your design element doesn't have to be small. I just know that some people have a hard time using the smaller tool to and knowing like what fits where. But no, absolutely not. I only did a few rows there. You could actually get away with doing larger dots. As a matter of fact, let's see what we come up with. Like these were larger dots. But in order to kind of get that flower petal look, you could skip that. But again, you want your design to end up to be about 3 inches-ish. Now, the only reason I went around and did that was because I wanted to. Does somebody want it, type in and help Tam out there? Because we have so many code words in this, on this platform. But you know what? Since we're talking about that, let's, wanting to, exactly. Let's, I'm going to keep these 2 out because these are kind of ones we're going to do tonight, Joe has been wanting to see black and gray on red. So while this is a little bit more of a non-traditional Christmas theme, we're still going to use it as a practice situation. So I'm just trying to, let's go ahead and start off and let's kind of do what Tam was thinking. Instead of small dots, we'll do a little bit larger dots. And I do have to put my guide marks on there. And yes, I actually recommend these because you can paint on both sides and practice on both sides. So I take the stencil and basically line it up the best I can. And I'm going to sharpen my pencil. Thank you for the follow. So, Tam, hi, Kara. It's actually, the Zahn. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you are here to hang out with us. Thank you for stopping in. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my guide marks. I don't know if you heard me, Tam. With my, with my pencil sharpener going there. Thank you for the rose, Alina. So we are painting on a red background, which we are making history tonight because I have never painted on a red background, but one of the community members has been asking and has been extremely patient to see a red background with black and gray as our dots. So we're going to try it. In the meantime, we're also practicing and getting ready for Christmas ornaments. Hello, Val. Thank you for the heart, me. Thank you for the follow, Elsie. So yeah, so I'm just gonna do our guide marks. So yeah, so in preparation for future onlines where we do the ornament, I did order medium and large, and the silicone stencil, which is flexible and is from this company. And so I know it'll do its job. Yay, it was on your FYP. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. We've had quite a few people be popping in here lately. Some new people, some frequenters, OGs. But we're starting to work on like Christmas ornaments and smaller designs so that if they want to paint some and do that for the holidays, they can. So basically, it's Christmas in July. But tonight, we're painting on a red background with black and gray, so that's kind of different. Really? Well, it's because we're friends. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I feel like we're still like a really baby community, but we have a good time. We like watching paint dry in this live. All right, let's get, because I like to move things around, so let's make sure we got room. So, yeah. So this is the one we painted last night. It's fantabulous. So we painted this one last night. These are 4-inch rounds. Most, like I did order a little over 3-inch and 4-inch, but I wanted to start working with them on smaller patterns so that they would have some ideas on how to start. So tonight we're going to kind of do a different pattern, see how that goes. Thank you for the Go Pops. Val, thank you. All right. So let's talk real quick. I know I go over a lot of things repetitively, but we get a lot of new people in here, so I like to at least go over it, even if they don't want to ask the questions. I do go over it. So the tools we use the most are dotting tools. There are quite a few different sets. This is maybe more, in my head, a traditional set, probably because this is what I started with. Thank you for sharing the live. Oh, it is. It's so much fun. So, and I feel like you can get into it relatively cheap, but the hard part is not buying like 20 things of paint because you want all the colors. But all of the tool sizes, or the points on one side are about the same size. These are all the same size, okay? And then on this side, they have different sizes. So tiny, tiny up to larger. In addition, we use these the most. But in addition to those, sometimes we'll use acrylic rods. In this situation, we don't use those big ones, but you might see us use these. Thank you for I can't see dang it. Oh, I saw that. Thank you, Val. Unfortunately, I can't wear the hat and mustache. Thank you for the finger hearts and the donuts and all the good stuff. 7 times. Thank you, Val. I appreciate you. So last week, guys, because of the interactions and the just the engagement and everything, I was able to, there's this little path that we can take. Thank you. I saw that one. There's this little path that you can take, and you have to, there are these tasks. But because we did so much last week, I filled them all up. So a couple of them we don't do, and a couple of them we need to work on. One of them is multi-thing boxes, whatever, that thing. But I always forget, like, to say, if you're out there, follow me, stuff like that. But it's so interesting because this app literally recognizes that I say someone's name. Like, thank you, Mystique Raven, for being here. I see you're following me, and Val did although, even though in there it says the word GIFT, but you have to be careful saying that word when you're live. It's strange. But anyways, I digress. So that was the first week. Last week was the first week that we did it. So I was super excited. Super excited. All right, why are we all cattywampus? Are we even yet? All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Joe is not here yet, so we are going to get started. We're going to start it without her. And we're using a black and gray palette that we used for this project, which came out beautifully. We were all very happy with it. I still do have to erase the guide marks, but it came out very pretty. Oddly, it's almost the same pattern. So I'll keep it out because that'll help me remember. Okay. Yes, that came. Oh no! Ojo. I think Ojo makes sense. Oh no. All right, well, you're here. That's good. All right. So this is a first for me. Painting on a red background. Painting with a black to gray palette on a red background. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm actually going to start with the black. Oh no, I upload the whole thing. So nope. Oh, and I got to get a paper towel. Hang on. I upload it for you guys, So Val, I don't know if you've been here since I started doing this, but I know you said your mother-in-law was interested. I've actually started uploading the entire live for the community on the YT, sister-in-law. So it's on the YT. So, don't really need to be here, but yeah, so that's an option. All right. So let's start with our center dot. Now I am using the blue rod, and I can't emphasize this enough. You need enough paint for your center dot. Okay. Already love it. I will. I will. Yep. It's actually, well, yeah, that's easier if I just do that. Thank you for the the follow. You know, oh Joe, thank you for the follow. Do we want to just stick with strictly, maybe we'll add, thank you for the wink winks, Judy. I feel like I'm shouting. I need to relax. That's what I'm here for. I feel like I am, every night when I get here, I'm rushing to get here and I'm elevated. So I'm going to just take a second and we're going to relax. We're going to relax and we're going to have a good time. And I've just been running since I got up. Yes, thank you. That's it. That's the other thing. Encourage them to follow, and and then the dailies, and there's something else. And the only time I remember is when I go and look at it, and I'm trying to complete the path. All right, so we were talking at the beginning if it was absolutely necessary to go with smaller dots, and my answer is now no. Those are my yes. I do. Those are my favorite. Those are my faves. I just think that's hilarious. So I'm going to use the large end of the pink tool, and we're just going to go with a bigger dot around the center. Sometimes, though, it's hard to finish the circle with the larger tool. So we're going to see how it works out, though. Now, it's going to be a little weird today because we're painting on red with black and gray, and we have white lines. So you have to look beyond the guide marks. Okay? You have to look beyond them as to how this is going to turn out. In the beginning, it looks kind of busy and messy, and I will say if I ever paint on a red background again, I'm going to have to get a different red. Thank you for sharing the live. Yes, sharing the live, encouraging them to share the live. Liking the live, doing all the tappies. But yes, so that was really exciting last week that I got to check off all the boxes. Thank you for the love you so much, Rochelle. So remembering to pause, okay? And really take in your spots. That will be the only time you see me do something like that where I will do two dots at the same time unless it's a walking dot. So see, Tam, you can do it with bigger dot. Oh my gosh. I think that's on my face. All right, did I miss anybody's comment? Hi, Charlene, Estrella. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions or you want to know what's happening or anything, feel free to ask in the chat. It's a really welcoming community. We enjoy new friends. But in summary, we are working on practicing smaller design patterns so that we can begin to do ornaments in the near future. Hello, Mimi. How are you? It's been a little bit. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate Olga. Thank you for being here. Appreciate y'all for being here, liking the live and doing the things. Hello, Lucy. So, hang on. Let me think if I'm going to go up one size, and I'm actually going to use the large end of the white tool. And I'm going into the gray number, the gray number 5. So we're going up in size, just so we can see what the pattern's going to look like. And this one, since we're going up kind of in size, I'm actually going to paint the entire, we'll have more than enough time to paint the entire wood round. Not your normal traditional Christmas colors, but we're working on designs. I am curious, when you guys order your rounds or your wooden rounds, Catherine, are you gonna use? Hi, Jen. Catherine, are you gonna use the wooden ornaments at all in your junk journals as like a little add-on? Thank you for the heart me. Oh, I have to read it now. All right, so I'm pausing because I got to make sure I can get 2 in there. So they might be a little smaller, but there we go. Hello, Jen. How are you? We completed a first stage of the Heart Me Challenge. Yay. Val, thank you so much for keeping that chat going and liking the live. We had somebody here visiting. I think we ended up with like 80,000 likes because they had a tapper. It was fantastic. You know, I still need to get one of those things. Thank you for the follow. Ilsil? Oh boy. Thank you for sharing the live. Ooh. What are you up to, Val? Jen, it was good. I just was running and school and stuff, and then I got here and I was behind, and now I'm finally settling in and relaxing. That's okay. I appreciate you being here and lighting things up and doing all of your things. I appreciate you, as always. I really haven't been engaging all that much. I was working on something on another platform. So, yes, you do. Alrighty. So, let's go one more row. And then we'll do the large end of the blue. And I think I'm going to do white. I know it's not gray. Or should we not do that color? Should we do... Did I do that? No, I didn't do that one yet. Remind me, Val, you're going somewhere again? Trip, something? Joe, if I'm getting the wrong color, you're going to yell at me again, right? Sandy, thank you for the follow. If you are new here, say hi in the chat. If you have any questions, ask them in the chat. So I'm using the large end of the blue. We're just doing a little bit bigger design. Again, we are working on, hang on a minute, that's going to run together. We're working on smaller design patterns for practice for our, nope, all right, I got to get a Q-tip to make Christmas ornaments. But we had a special request for a red background and a black gray palette. We already had the palette. So when you're doing this, you want to, it's sketchy in there. You want to rotate towards you. Rotate towards you. Ah, that's what it was. You were going to Savannah. I knew, yeah. Oh, that's right. The scout trip. Yes. All right, let's see if that is going to fix. Okay, that's fine. So when we make these custom palettes, sometimes the white will make the paint a little thinner and you'll run into that, even though I mixed it. But you'll get good at removing dots. Q-tip, wet it, rotate it towards you slowly. Doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. It's just enough to get off the other dot. Okay, MJ, we'll be here. We will be here. So, is there anybody painting tonight with me? I know Judy said she painted a background, but I'm not sure if she's painting. Yay! Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Oh my gosh, a goose? I've been working on a project for school, and when I'm not working on it, I'm running next door to do laundry because, we're still, experiencing the big dig in the backyard. I have not been on anybody's page. Me a step behind. Okay. I should, but I could, but you're not here all the times. Your floral stamps are, yeah, for this size, I would imagine they would be. Sorry, me, but with what? Oh, cool. You're having a hard time. That's fine. I'd like to see what you do with yours. Is it Zoriel? Zoriel. Like Ariel, but Zoriel? Yeah, okay. Cool. Well, hang out with us. Maybe we can get you over that acrylic bump. Okay. You want me to practice that? Okay. Let's make Val. Try to make Val. Add moderator. Confirm. Did it work? Okay, that's just my first moderator. Um, Val, thank you. You're just going to town on there, lighting everything up. Um, yeah, I, if I'm not mistaken, you normally paint with watercolors, so I can see where. I think Marcia is the same way. Like Marcia has used mostly watercolors and had challenged. Um, Really, Judy, you probably could. Basically, like if we get creepers, stuff like that one person that one night. We don't get, thankfully, for some reason, knock on wood, we don't get too many. But yeah, it's just somebody who like makes sure that when I'm not looking, things are stay safe and healthy. Oh, yeah, like last night, somebody was asking for the Uber Eats. I'm like, what? I don't have that. Go away. Yeah, you could do it, Judy. You're here every night. Here, you want to try it, Judy? Okay, you should be there too. All right. Let me go back to Kara. Did you post these on your page, Kara? Your goose? Why is my phone like lopsided? Everything is normally. Yeah. So Val will tell you how to do all that. She's the guru. Okay. I'm going to go back to the black. So what we're going to do now is this next pattern. Okay? We're going to do every other guide mark. And I'm going to do black. Cool. I have to go look. Like I said, I think that is when you guys do the little animals, I think that's so cool. Like I told you, that one young lady that I do her home infusions, and I say young because she's got like a 6-year-old. So again, purple rod, and you want enough paint, and I'm going just above that guide mark. This is why we have these guide marks. Okay, thank you. A little bit got a new med and I'm not liking it. Oh no. Oh, okay. That'll work, Kara. Yeah, I'd like to see them. But anyways, she crochets. Sometimes when I'm there, she'll start. It depends. Depends on what kind of mood she's in. But sometimes we binge watch TV, or sometimes she'll do that. I'm there for quite a while. Now remember, on those dots, you want a good amount of paint. You don't want to push down. Let me show you what happens when you don't have enough paint and you push down. You get a ripple. Oh, that's probably going to actually be okay. But if that happens, just get a little more paint and hover over it and lightly tap more paint down. So the key with these dots is paint, hover, and like tap it. You don't push down. Okay, hover and tap. Okay? Francis, what are you doing? So that's an example, Judy, of, I mean, not being rude. He wasn't being rude or anything, but we don't need him here. He's just doing silly stuff. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon. That's kind of annoying. All right, so let me raise this up since it's kind of hard to see. All right, moving along. It's really hard to see when everything is kind of wet and glossy. I could maybe come down a little bit. Let's see if that helps. Oh, not like that. Hang on. I did it. So when that happens, you actually click on their name. Top right-hand corner is 3 dots. And when you hit that, it'll say mute, block. I usually just mute them. That's usually enough. Yeah, we'll get it. We don't have to do that all that much in here, so thankfully. Yeah. Now don't start muting other people. Judy, because you want me to see your comments. Usually you can tell when it's somebody in, like, not Kara. Kara's using her other account. But like, see how everybody has a number? Like Tamfen says number 3. Jen has 12 next to her. You have 7 and number 1 and that. Those are people that are here. Like they've either sent their heart me, they follow me, they do their things. Oh no, we were supposed to get something all day and we got sprinkled on. We did not get the storm that they predicted for us. Which is good because, you know, we have the big dig going on and I really don't need an avalanche back there. I tell you, those chicken think it's hilarious. They think it's like a playground. It's hilarious. Okay, so I am going to use, I'd like to do similar to what we did over there. So it'll be 1, but I got to make sure, is it yellow? 1. Yeah, I don't think I want to go any bigger than the yellow, the small end, the big end of the yellow. And I definitely don't want to do the small. Okay. Shaking your windows. Oh my God, it's funny. And talk about having more than enough dirt for their dirt baths. They have dug holes out there to do their dirt baths. It's ridiculous. Oh my God, the other day, I literally, they've got 6-inch holes dug out. Their whole body fits in these things. They certainly can't have any of the mites or whatever it is that chickens get. They can't possibly. All right. I'd like to use white, but I'm not really feeling the white. So we're going to go with, let's do this color and kind of go this way. They are hilarious. Hilarious. Their little personalities crack me up. All right, so in this case, we do a dot. Okay. And then we're going to do another dot and do a swoosh. Well, not exactly like I just did that one because I got into the black paint. My gray is getting, that one is getting a little shallow. But I do want it hugging it. It's just that black is not quite dry. Large end. Hi, Angie. Large end. A little different than anything we've done. This, I can't tell what happened. I think this needs to... There we go. You're welcome. Probably a little more paint in that swoosh than needed to be. So technically, you probably could do even a smaller swoosh in here if you wanted to. I don't necessarily think it has to be that thick. But we're going with it. I'm not picking it up. Yeah, definitely different, right? I think for me, my eyes are having a hard time because of the white is so stark against the red, and then we have the black and the gray. Like it's busy in my eyeballs, but I think it's going to look really cool once those guide marks come off. And once we get a little more paint on here, it'll help. Victoria, I put my order in. Jessica. I'm sorry. I know it's bad. She offered to maybe let me get an affiliate code. I have to apply and stuff like that, but yeah, hopefully she had a discount code or something that you could use. But you'll be thoroughly thrilled having that. She got some bliss drops today. What else did you get? I know you were going to get the neon. What else did you get, though? Did you get the glow in the dark, too? You're back with the tapper. Thank you for the follow. That girl, thank you for the follow. That girl with her red flags. Oh, God, you guys are making me jelly. I have not pulled the trigger yet. I just found out that my financial aid for fall isn't going to cover all of my last semester, which I still don't know why. I emailed the bursar to find out what the problem is. And I haven't heard back. It's just I ended up having to pay in full this semester because I was not considered full-time. And the worst part is neither my advisor or academic advisor said anything about that might happen. So it's just a little disheartening, when you get towards the end of your academic journey to find out you're going to have to pay, when you thought financial aid was going to be involved. She's a title gifter. Ooh. It's free to repost, like, and share. Yes, it is. I do need stickers. You can work on that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, so now I'm going to use the same size tool. I'm not getting any bigger. All right, so we're going to go up and we're going to do our little triangle dots and then another row of swooshes. I don't know how to do it. I know you guys are like, oh, it's so easy. No, I don't want it. I don't want that color. Joe, I heard you yelling at me. I heard you yell. Not that color. Well, I do, but I don't know how to make the stickers. I don't, I guess I don't know how to get the right size. Okay, remember our little triangle friend. You did. Well, I heard you say, Victoria, that's not the color you said you wanted to use. What are you doing? I wanted to try and do more of a graduated. Effect. Use and tell it to make a, just say make a sticker. Okay. I would love to use some of our work. That would be fun. So remember, we're using our guide mark. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Puzzle piece. It's been days I haven't had a puzzle piece. Remember, we're using our guide marks to keep everything where it belongs. Too much. Okay, so about here. And I like making my triangles so that I keep everything even. Orange, tool, large, and sorry, still behind. I guess, yes, mine is yellow, but yours might be orange. Then save. It was telepathic. Yes, it was. Orange. Yeah, I feel like the white is just a little not what you're going for. Like that, I don't think that was really what you wanted to see. So I'm glad oh, you mean the white chalk marks? Yeah, I feel like that's just something we have to kind of like overlook for right now. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use any white in it either because I already feel like it's contrasting enough. There we go. Yeah, I know, absolutely. I think if I had like a different color red. Now, I think that if that was a darker red, like more of a deeper maroon, then that would have made a difference too. But I didn't have, I did add a little bit of heritage brick, which made a big difference, but just wasn't enough. Okay, remember, so dot, and then we're pushing that paint around. The key, though, is that if you go too fast, you don't get enough paint off. Also, it's a small project, so the edges of the last swoosh may not fully be dry enough, and you risk smearing and getting muddy. So really just want to go right along that edge. Take your time. And Judy, don't rush. Don't rush. Remember, it's all recorded. So there are quite a few of you out there. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, say hi in the chat. Let us know what your question is. We are here. This is a live. It may not look like it is a beginner class to you if you're new to dot art, but believe it or not, the techniques and the patterns I'm showing here are for beginners. So you are in the right place if you're a beginner. If you're not, and you've been painting dot art, welcome. We have a nice little community here. You're lurking. Ah, you're here enough. You're not a lurker. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. I appreciate you being here anyways. Lurk away. So that's a little high. Okay, I'm going to erase that, even though that's where it should be. It just looks a little high. So in that particular area, my line might have gotten off a little bit. So sometimes the guide marks aren't the 100%. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to go a little lower. It'll all even itself out eventually. Did you say that you got your paper? No, I actually thought that the one that was on here was the right, but when I looked at it, the weight is too light. You need, somewheres up of closer to 100, and the one on here was like 80, which is not, it'll just warp and it'll frustrate you. No, mine is actually from the rainforest. Yes. Tap and share. We love new friends. Exactly. Thank you for the heart me, Marcia. Welcome. How are you? Yes, Jen's also very good at reminding everybody what to do. Yeah, that's what I would do, Angie, is but there's one in my supply list, Angie. This might be a little. Oh, that would be fun. Yes, that would be fun. But yeah, Angie, if you have the shopping list, you don't have to get it, from there, but it's an option. All right, I think we did that and that. I'm going to do that one, right? Yeah. So we'll do one more. I think I'm actually going to, let's see. Let me think here a minute. So when we get out to about I'm usually on my phone. Can anyone tell me how to repost and share on my... You don't have those. You can do the heart if you're on your laptop. Yeah, that's the thing. I had to go to Michael's house to find mine one time. It's not, but on my laptop, the bottom where the comments are, very bottom is the heart me. But other than that, I don't know how to do. Oh, top. Hang on a minute. Nope, don't hit that button. Yeah. Yeah, I had to go to Michael's house. He had what I needed. Okay. So this is a 4-inch round, and we are at about... Hang on, why am I measuring it like that? Almost 3 inches. Okay. So let's see. If we do something similar to like swooshes in here. So we could do... That's fine. 6 by 8 is good. You just need something to practice on, so that's a perfect size. You know, maybe just put it on a clipboard and then, I mean, unless it's in a book. Is it in a book? Because that would be cool too. That size would be really cool in a book. Yeah, no, got to be careful of everything I say. Okay, we'll do our swooshes in here. Let's start with black. I am going to stay with the same size tool, Judy. Large end of the yellow. And I'm going to actually do it a little bit smaller. And I'll show you why. Because what I want to do is ultimately do a dot up here, but I want to wait to see what all of it looks like. Tuscan, always the 4-dot flower looking thing. Not sure I'm following. Sent the overreact. You doing all right, Judy? Take your time. I wish I gotta find that because I really want to use that when I go to people's lives. This is the only place I've ever seen that one. You can, not Tuscan. Well, we've been doing a lot of them, Judy. They should be getting better by now. But it's one of those things that you, as in a mandala, piece, we do a lot of swooshes, and it takes, it looks easy. It does. But they're not. And I feel like I don't know. I don't know why it is that way. And I don't know why this decided to... be weird too. Okay. So still kind of paying attention to my guide marks, but sometimes they're not perfect. So you gotta kind of pay attention to your eyes too. I, I'm starting to figure that out, Angie. Alrighty. I just dribbled Gatorade down my face. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Victoria. I probably should introduce myself. I have not even done that tonight. I'm Victoria. I am a registered nurse, a nurse practitioner student that should graduate in November. And I paint for my mental health and well-being. When I first got in here, I was really running, and then it took me a little bit, but now I'm chilling out. It's my favorite part of the day. I look forward to this because it sets my time. I have, although today I was looking at a clock that set my time as earlier than it was. That didn't help, but it's a very much a part of my routine, and it allows me to kind of get into my sleep routine. And yes, thank you for sharing the live. Chillaxing, exactly. This is the chillaxing part of my day, and watching paint dry. Yes, Judy, look at you go. You're supposed to be painting, but look at you go. All right, Judy, are we on the same page? I love you being here too. Thank you for the follow, Kathy. Okay, Judy. Yeah. Free entertainment. It is. I'm excited that you guys are like really wanting to like do new things and just like some of you guys are just like impressive. I really feel like some of you have excelled in what we're doing. We do, and honestly, it's kind of grown into quite a. We're one thing we do need to do, Val, and I still haven't figured it out, and I promised them I would do it over the weekend, is figure out how to do the boxes without randos ending up in there, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So that's coming. We need to do the, I don't know what you want to call that, open chat box or whatever. All right. Okay, I don't want to do the light, so I'm going to have to do the dark there. Caught up. Guest boxes, yeah. Hi, Jessica. Jessica, you're not at work? Are you still lurking? Oh, Jessica. You guys just, you are doing it on your own. Judy, I am actually going to change the tool. I don't have enough room. So I'm going to go down to the small end of the yellow. Yeah, but the whatever I did the other day, people were able to get in there by themselves. So obviously, Marsha, I did something wrong. So maybe I'll just need to get on with Val. Maybe I'll just need to get on with her or reach out to Connie. Yeah, see, that's not what I don't want that. So I'm going to use the small end of the yellow, Judy. And I'm going to actually do something a little bit different than what we've been doing. I'm actually coming up higher than the black one and then swooshing down. And if, Judy, if you have room and you want to use a larger tool because you can't get your swooshes that far, that's fine. Okay. I know, it was. It was like, we're like, who are you and what are you? And I think they were just as surprised as we were that they were in there. They're like, wait. This isn't where we're supposed to be. How do we get in these boxes? Fantastic. That's fantastic. What is it on? I know one of them, when I went to it, it was doing really well. And I think it was on my FYP, actually. I think you were, oh, that's right. You were tapping away and you ended up in one box. You did, Joe. That's fantastic. Yeah, there was one that I was on that was doing really well when I saw it. So that's fantastic, especially to that account. I mean, because that's I know that's an important one. You're trying to grow. Yeah, but that's still. Now, is yours set up like, is it on one of the, what do they call that here? The go there? Or is that something that can be set up for that? Because I know like the hotels and stuff I stay at. You can't. Okay. That's good. That's cool. That's crazy. I know you've been working on that. Yeah, that thing. Okay. You come from the... Yep, I'm here for the art too. But yeah, I mean, I think for like when we do art, and even for me, it's like I get painting and I'm like, end up sometimes I even forget to look at the chat and they start chatting with each other. Val is one of my, probably next to Heather, my very first friends here on this platform. And we met through another group. So, yeah, but we want new friends. We get new friends by having people tap and getting the shares out and all that stuff. You are an OG. You're right. Well, yeah, because I mean, I remind you because that it is important because it doesn't just make the live go flat. The rest of it is, comments are fantastic too because, the comments keep the interest going. And I'm not planning on, closing down shop because I'm just here to paint. But it does bring new people to the craft here. Like that's I think for this platform, it's more about that than I guess the word would be I don't want to use the wrong word, but because I don't want to get in trouble. But oh, gotcha. No, I didn't take it that way, but it is true though. The more we engage, the more new people will come here because it's titled as such. So, yeah. Yes. Oh, those, yes. Those rooms. I'm very well aware of that. Yes. Gotcha. We are on the same page. Yeah. Well, and then remember I was just saying that this week was the first week we actually I say we because I wouldn't have been able to complete that path if you guys hadn't been here. So it was fun. Yeah. And then it's titled as such, right? So brings us new people. All right. So we will finish up this row. Ooh, I really need to take a shower. I just got a whiff of my pits. Off topic. You came from the FYP? That's my favorite. Judy got my overreact. Okay. So what do we got for time? 9:26. Okay, let's time. And again, you are here for art you make. Yes, I do. There is zero way that I am going to spend my life or trying to. If I make a little extra somewhere along the way, that's fine. But this is not. This is my good time, my happy time. Question. What are we doing tomorrow? And this is actually looking really good now that I looked at it from my laptop. I don't know what happened to my laptop. Now that it's kind of drying, it's really looking pretty, Joe. Pretty. Okay. So what are we going to do tomorrow? What is we have not, this community we have been, a lot of them wanted to work on special color palettes. Like Judy is doing a exchange with another mandala artist. So we did this one together as a group, and actually know the mandala artist that's her work is going to. So that's kind of cool. But we have done. But we haven't really done any rocks lately, no. Oh, we did this one. Did you see this one? That was fun. We did that one. That was really fun. That was like so last week. But yeah, it's about that time in the live where we start talking about what we're gonna. Jen, you weren't here for that one? Yeah, that came. Well, I was challenged with a rainbow palette This was the very first time I'd ever done a rainbow palette. Ever. And then we did the rainbow palette, which I don't know where that is right off the top of my head. But then you'll get, yeah. That's exactly what happens. But yeah, we're usually on till somewhere after 10. But I guess that's a good point. I should probably tell everybody where I'm usually live Sunday through Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 10:30ish. But this is about the time in the live where I start asking about what we're going to do tomorrow and looking for color palettes. But, bummer. The red one? You want the red one? This one was pretty. Weren't you the one who wanted the red? Kara, have a good night. I think you were the one who wanted the red palette. And that's what we did. Hi, Hot Mom. Thank you for joining the fan club. Teal and silver. Hi, Kathy. Teal and silver. Do we want to do that on a background that's not black? I would be all about that. Happy Tuesday. Hi. Look at you. Val's in here too, or was. I don't know if she's still here or not. Welcome in. Okay, back to, we'll finish up what we're doing. And so I'm going to take this, and I'm actually, ooh, is that the same color? Is that? Can't do that. I know it's not that one, so let's do that one. Have a great night. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Now I have 2 mods now. Where I had none, now I have 2. So I'm going to come up level with that dot and do this last swoosh like that. Good night. Yeah, so do we want to do another small round? So to keep with our little ornament theme? Or do we want to work on a bigger project? Do we want to work on a rock? What do we want to do? I am open to all suggestions. Open to all and every? Whatever. Good night, Val. Thank you so much, friend. Uh-oh, what did I miss? The overreact again. Yeah, so we're working, so right now we're practicing as our beginner dot art like patterns so that we can start working on ornaments. The most ornaments are, oh, hang on a minute. I digress there in that particular swoosh. There must be a little something there. So you don't, you may have seen them. These are not what you would normally see, but they, hang on a minute. Here we go. Oh, I got to be careful though, because I don't want to get gold all over everything. So these are, I made these many, many years ago now. But they're about this size, and these are like 3 inches. So we're working on smaller patterns to maybe put on them. Now, not everybody is going to do this kind. Some are going to do wooden ornaments, very similar to these, but with like a little ornament space, like to make it an ornament, and then you can paint both sides. Now this one, I'm just using it. These wood rounds are really nice to practice on because you can paint on both sides. So yeah, so that's kind of what we're in the prep work for. Practicing just smaller designs. And now if you are new here, and you are shy and you're not asking a lot of questions, but you may want to get started and you want a supply list, it is merely a list. You can message me. Hang on a minute. You can message me in the bottom left-hand corner. There should be an orange box with a white arrow. In there, you can send me a message saying, please send me a beginner supply list. I do not need your email address. It may ask you for that. I don't need it. I can simply message you right here. Also, I have started uploading the entire live. If you want help getting to the live because you want to practice at a later time, let me know and I can get you set up so that's not hard for you to do. And ask questions. Yes, we are, well, I don't know. Some of you might bite. And some of you, like Joe, shout through the internet. Oh, no, we have a really good time here. It's a great group of people. We don't, any question, feel free to ask. If I don't see it right away, somebody's surely going to see it and try and help you out. Oh my goodness. Actually, I mean, now that we've covered up some of the white, Joe, I feel like it's not as, I feel like we can really kind of start to see what we've got. And I love it. I think it's super cool. Me, I'm in Northeast Pennsylvania right now. I'm a Florida resident, though. I'm here. I'm going to school up here. I've finished up my nurse practitioner program in November. Where are you at? We're from all over around here. We got Texas in the house. We got a lot of Midwest in the house. I don't know. Nobody's really dropped a note, any new people telling us where they're at. Oh, you're in Kansas. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that I knew that. Well, we're not in Kansas anymore. Oh, you're in Nova Scotia. Very cool. I actually took a cruise from New York Harbor to Nova Scotia. And then when I went up to Newfoundland, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but Newfoundland, however you want to say it. Of course, we drove up through Nova Scotia and took the ferry over to. It's a great, love it up there. I highly recommend that trip, and the ferry is really cool. It's a little different though, sleeping. It's not the same. Hi, Cece. Newfoundland. So not not Newfoundland. Newfoundland. See, I say Newfoundland. But yeah, it's a little different on that ferry. You can get a cabin to sleep in, but you literally hear everything through the wall. It's not like a cruise ship at all. Yeah, good people. We really, like I said, we enjoy that trip. I've been up that way 3 times now. So, I don't think it was. Oh, the cabin. Gosh, I don't even remember. I don't even think I. I don't remember. I mean, the trip overall was not. We went up there hunting. So the trip overall was not cheap. So I think that was probably inexpensive compared to the rest of it. Um, we went up to, oh, I can't look right now. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I don't know. My computer is acting strange. I don't know. It feels warm, like it's overheating. Let me unplug it. I don't know. My computer doesn't want to act right. Now I can't get back to my TikTok. We went up through Maine, drove through New Brunswick into Nova Scotia, and then it's on the tip there. My laptop is acting funny, so I'm not going to click any more buttons. Port au Basque. That one. Port au Basque. That one. Yes. Uh-oh. Y'all disappeared. Okay, well, I'm going to keep painting because I don't want to touch my laptop anymore. But yeah, it was fun. It's a beautiful place. Okay, so do we want to add any I'm afraid to click a button. My laptop has lost its mind. It is, right? It when we first started CC though, it like the white chalk lines were like really in your face. So we were like, "Oh, well, let's see what happens after we get going." So let's what do we got? 10:42. If I can get my laptop to behave, I'm going to try and get back on so I can see what you're seeing. I think let's do a small pattern around the edge here. I think I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do a center dot and just a couple rows of walking dots, but I'm going to do a center dot on every single guide mark. So let me see what size I think is good. I think the purple would be good. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be, like I said, I think it'll be really pretty once we get that done. All right. Instead of black, Do we want to add any metallic in here? Do we want to put zinc in it? Do we want to do zinc? What? Okay. Blur 60. You very local, good old bloomer. Congrats on your mission. Let's celebrate. I don't know. That's probably somebody that needs to get muted. I don't know what that is. Silver. Let's see what we got. I'm going to get my mouse too so I can get this stuff unstuck. I think my yeah, my computer is not happy. I think it got hot for some reason. Okay. Silver. Let's see what we got. I have shimmering silver. Okay, I think I'm back on the TikTok. My God, the screen is purple. So is this silver enough for you? This is silver. Oh my goodness. We don't need that much. All right. I mean, after all, it is kind of Christmassy. Yeah, use zinc. That'll be fine. I will be out tomorrow looking for a 4-inch one. Yay! So 3 or 4 will work. 3 or 4 inches will work perfectly fine. I placed an order myself today. All right, so what I'm doing now is zinc is kind of like look. Zinc is like it's just a little heavier. We can use them both. Okay, I gotta put my glasses back on. Hang on. All right. So same thing with these. You need enough paint. And I'm doing every guide mark. And I'm just going on that. Oh, so got to remember to go keep your dots where they belong. And I'm not pushing down. I'm touching and tapping. I think the silver is pretty. And we could do some micro dots in there too, which we didn't really get to do that last night. We didn't get to do, did we do micro dots last night? I don't think so. No, we didn't have to. Zinc is kind of, is it? I mean, I think so too. I think the silver makes, I honestly, I'm just going to go out there and say this. This could be a Christmas ornament. With the red background, the black and gray, add the silver. It's a little non-traditional, but I still think it could be. I think it was a great idea. So tomorrow, what are we going to paint on? If we do a teal and silver color palette, do we want to do like a light background? Well, Joe has been very patient. She has wanted to do a red background with a black and gray color palette for many weeks. That's sort of, in a way, like that folk art. Yes, it. Yes, I have to agree with you, Jessica. Are you supposed to be working? That's all I want to know. Because all of a sudden I see a comment from Jessica. Or are you off tonight? You had somebody order 6? Fantastic. You're home sick. That's because you work too much. Yes. It'll change up a little bit now when we add the walking dots, though. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Judy's not 100% either, but bummer. Okay, so we'll do our first row of walking dots. Okay, so I want to try and do one. So I'm only going to be able to do 2 rows. So let's do the large end of the yellow, the large end of the yellow. Do you have the paper, Cece? You could paint with us on the paper if you want. I mean, that's another option. Yeah, I think so, Jessica. Working nights is hard. I had to give it up. I love working nights, but I had to quit. I couldn't do it anymore. I was sick and tired. All right, so I'm using the large end of the yellow. Yeah, and yeah, she's got you guys have the same symptoms, just different reasons. So a walking dot is simply you dip your tool one time and walk around. I'm not counting at all. Okay. You put your dot and then you walk around. Okay? Because if you can't, then, you could always do that until you kind of get everything situated. Depending on where you're going, you should be able to find what you need, though. I know I just placed an order 2 on the rainforest. So that I would have the ornaments, because I'm going to try and do the ornaments. The last time I did them, they did not come out the way they should have. I was new. I didn't know what I was doing. I tried. You retired and now you're stressed? Yeah, me too, Kathy. I worked nights for 26 years. I'm a NICU nurse. But a couple years ago, I was sleeping, but not. And that was my demise. Like, I was like, oh no, I got it, you know? And then it just started to just take its toll on me. Oh, 2 days. Oh, that's not a bad schedule. I mean, if you can get that in there. So you had to work 2 days and then 2 nights, and then you had that stretch off. Yeah, night shift, we're different. We're a different breed of people, that's for sure. Different people. The one thing that I always like, I was never a cold person, but man, about 2 a.m. in the hospital, it is so cold. They say they do that for like the bugs. Oh, yeah, that cortisol will get you. That's what was I mean, I was pre-diabetic. That's how bad my cortisol level was. And it wasn't because like I was stressed at work. I mean, it was my normal work. Nothing changed with that, but my body was so stressed because I wasn't sleeping. It's pretty. Oh, uh-huh. Well, now that you're picking up mandala style dot art there, Jessica, and buying paint, yeah, you better. You better work that OT. Okay, so I saw one comment for a buttermilk background. That works. I have that. I feel like swing shift can be really rough. The my ex, before I met him, did power plant work, and it was like that. First, second, third, like 1 week on first, 1 week on second, 1 week on third, and then I feel like he had a week off. But I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know him then. Now, if your dots get too big, you need to wipe off your tool in between. I feel like this last row got a little bit large. Are we doing wood or rock? What are we doing? You can do a rock, Judy, if you want. Do you have, Judy, I think we were talking about this. Do you have, no, you were asleep. Do you have the silicone stencil? Like, not like this, but the silicone one? You guys are the best. I don't know what we would do without the cuddlers, especially with our withdrawal babies. Yeah. Swing is rough. Yeah. So I just ordered the one from that other company. It's pink and it's silicone, because it's really hard to mark the lines on a curved surface. But depends on what you want to paint on. Like, we don't always have to paint on the same thing. I know I'm going to paint on a wood round because that's pretty much what I have available to me. I got to find one that doesn't have too much of a mess on the back. So these all have, wait, that's black already. I guess I could paint on the back of that one. So we want to do buttermilk. You've never seen this before, Kathy? Oh, we have. So it's called mandala. Some people just call it mandala, but mandala to me is a very traditional art form. I call this mandala style dot art, just to kind of keep it from muddying the water. Some people just call it dot art because honestly, sometimes we just do rocks and we just literally do dots of paint. But what we're talking about now is it's coming out fabulous, isn't it, Marianne? You do, CC, yes. Okay, so buttermilk or a light background, we'll do buttermilk. I mean, I'll have buttermilk, and then we'll do a teal and silver. I mean, honestly, I still have this. What is this from? What is that from? I feel like that's old. When did we do that? Ooh. You want to add coral? I have that tiger lily, but I do have, is that coral? That's wild berry. I don't know if I have a coral. I have to look. Can you add some coral to the teal? Well, I don't know. So, well, you know, we're never really sure what's going to happen here, Kathy. I'm the guinea pig now. I have become the live host, and we throw ideas out there, and then if they don't work, then we know we never do it again. But usually with the yeah, I know, but God, that was a long time ago. Oh, that was this. And we added the tiger lily. That's what those colors are. You're right. Yep. Which those colors were fun. But this is the buttermilk background, Kathy. So, well, I like that idea. Teal and silver. We'll do buttermilk. Yeah, that was pretty. Paradise green. I don't know. I gotta seal these, you guys. I gotta seal these and take them over to the cemetery there. I should do that tomorrow. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Hi, Sandra. Good night. Even in Ivory. And yeah, Kathy, so that's kind of what's cool about this is we just kind of see what it looks like. And then, but yeah, so like something that's not white. I have done them live a couple of times. We could do that too. The other night I was, we erased the guide marks on this one. We did this one too, I think. That was the one that... So that's the buttermilk too. But we did like an orange, I think an orange palette. on that one. Kind of fall. We were doing turkey time. That's what that reminds me of a little bit. But yeah, we could do this one live. Victoria, I tried to send Cece a message. Cece's chatting. Let me look. Let me see if Cece got muted. Nope. She's not muted. You're good. So I made Judy a moderator. If you get muted, it's not on purpose. Oh my God. All right, so we'll do a teal and silver on buttermilk or ivory or some, I mean, it'll pretty much be like that color. I think that'll be pretty. And then we can see what it looks like if I mix in like a coral. I never did that, but it might look pretty too. Okay, moving on. What time we got? I don't even know what time it is because it's 10. All right, good. Let's do this middle gray and get some contrast in there. I'm still using just the large end of the yellow. So remember our little triangle shapes. We're going to do a dot here, and then here, and here. And you can tap the tool to get a little more paint off. And then slowly walk around. If you go too fast, you might not get enough paint off. So I say slow. So that the paint comes off. Okay? So this is where you're going to find out if you have your design equal or too short. Because that one is a little short. So I'm tucking it in. Gonna get it in there. So I ordered the ornaments and the stencil and the chalk pens. I've never used them before, so I will be your guinea pig before I put that on or actually I might have already put it on the beginner supply list because we were talking about it, so I don't want to, if somebody asks for that list, I don't want to sell them short. If you're new here, thank you for being here. I appreciate you hanging out with us. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. If you are interested in the supply list, the easiest way is to message me here while we're live. There's an orange box. There's an orange box with a white arrow, and you can message me there, and just simply put what you want. Like you want to watch the live uploads, or you want the supply list or something like that. I know some ornaments are flat. Yes, but the ones I'm getting are like these. So they are slightly curved on the edges. So it can be hard. Sorry, that was a little quick. It's kind of hard to get the guide marks on there with the regular stencil that we use. Can you post a link that... Even the rounds would. Yes, absolutely, Marcia. You can simply put a hole in that and you'll be all set. Yep. Jessica. Um, you're not supposed to be shopping anymore. What's your mother's phone number? I can, but I really can't do that without getting in trouble. So the best way is the same thing. Do you still have the supply list that I sent out? Because I've updated that. So if you still have the supply list, it's on there. Just go to that list again and it's been updated. Yeah, or just like I said, if you want it again, just send me a message. Again, I try not to forget, but I will forget. The minute we get off live, my brain shuts off. And sometimes I fiddle around and look at messages, but my goal is to get off download and usually sit and read. And I have this non-melatonin vanilla latte drink. It's so good. But that's my wind down thing. It's so funny. I can't say certain words. If I do, I might be able to, because I've been on lives where other people say things and I'm like, oh my God, they just said that word that I'm terrified to say. And it's not a curse word, which is weird. This has come out so pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, a little close. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, that's true. If you're not painting, tapping, you better be tapping. No. So I do not count the walking dots. I do kind of eyeball, making sure that they stay somewhat symmetrical to what I'm doing. But I don't count them. Oh, that one got a little rogue. So then, what time we got? 10:12. Yeah, we got a little bit more time. So I stay on, I'm on Sunday through Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern till 10:30. We tend to go till about 10:30. If you think of something after the live, I try to, I'm pretty responsive. I try to respond to messages, just regular messages, through my profile there as well. Starting the pack. Okay, cool. Seed tapping. You are not allowed to read. Yeah. Yep, I know. And I've heard people say them, and it's weird to hear them. Well, Well, what happens is we don't get to the FYP and we don't get new friends. And also, I mean, for me, I don't do any sort of monetizing really, but I like making sure that other people find us. We're fun. We watch paint dry. But ultimately, if you keep doing things like that, Marcia, they will shut you down and you'll lose your account. They will not play, even on the first offense. Depending on how bad they want to shut you down, they will. You started, oh, fun. You are dotting them, right? Where? You have to, boy. I will message you on how to do that. Because you have to, there's one step that you have to do. If you're not familiar with how to do that on here, I will have to explain that off live. I don't want the platform to think that's what I'm doing. Oh, it's in your messages. It'll be in your messages from me. If I'm reading that right now, Marianne, I think I misread that. Sorry, I'm spelling Canadian. What do you mean? No, I think you're good, Kathy. We're following. Yeah, Marianne, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe I'm thinking you mean something else, so. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to do any more walking dots there, so what I will do is we'll finish up with some swooshes. So we'll do swoosh here and here. So it won't be, so see, where am I? Am I on camera? My laptop has lost its mind. If you get, yeah. And then I've heard that some people just get shut down and I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, I don't think we would ever do anything that bad, but I don't, like I said, don't want to go there. But here's where you're going to find out what you did. So this space is you might not notice it, but I do, is a lot smaller on this side and this side than here and here. But overall, it worked out. Yeah, it's Marcia, it's dumb in a nutshell. It's just, let's do micro dots in here with the silver. I want to do that. We'll let some of that dry a little bit. But I'm going to do micro dots in there. Yes, with the small. Oh, perfect. Jen, that's happening right now. Where did I see your name? I almost muted you. I literally almost muted you. So I'm using the small end of the yellow, whoever's painting along. And I'm just going to do micro dots here. So it's a dot and a dot with the silver. All that does is kind of give another level of dimension and color pop, and of course this is metallic, so a little bit of bling. You could use a smaller tool if you want to do smaller dots. But see how much that just changed? I mean, that changed everything. Yes, cool. Now that happened to me one time before you guys, I think before you guys, and I didn't know it, or maybe that was with you guys, but that was a while ago, so that stress. But again, I set mine up to, I say I'm going to be on for 2 hours, and it comes on at like an hour. It's weird. So again, the live will be available in full, unedited, so you get to listen to all of us talk again. But you will be able to fast forward and watch it whenever you're available. If you want that information, you will definitely want to send me a message here as well using that orange box with the white arrow. And we will do that. Hi, Tammy. OSU. Okay. Oklahoma State. Is that Oklahoma State, OSU? Because, I don't know. I'm trying to think what Oklahoma State is. I should know. Not that I follow sports, but Ohio. Well, that was close. Oklahoma, Ohio. It is Ohio. Yes, I was looking at it, going, "Oh yeah." I recognized, but I didn't remember. Yep. Okay, so then let's do our swooshes. That gave that time to dry. I think I'm going to do black for the middle one again. I really like the way that black hangs out there. And just, even though we just did that, we'll break it up. I hope this is small enough, but it's the large end of the yellow. Oh, I have new messages. Let me see. Ohio State. Okay. So I'm actually going to come, same idea, a little bit lower, not all the way to the top. Oh, I need more paint than that. Right about at that last horizontal guide mark. Keeping in theme with that, how this one was lower than those two. And just a little bit above that last horizontal guide mark. You did? I like I said, I grew up in Wisconsin, 14 years, Madison, loved it. I feel like it's changed a lot though. From what I understand, my uncle, when I was visiting, he's like, there's like drive-bys and everything downtown. And I'm like, that is insane to me. Like, insane. Growing up, it was always, everybody talked about Milwaukee, but now I guess Madison is. Joe, this is coming out so pretty. Thank you for the color challenge. Love it. I love when I get to the very end though and I have to use my fingernail to hold it in place. And it is nice that, like I said, as we started painting, that white started to disappear. And it wasn't, you know, as in, I felt like it was so intrusive on my eyes. But we stuck with it. You are welcome. We stuck with it, and it's pretty. Oh. Well, that swoosh did not want to comply. So yeah, so those of you that are watching, these wood rounds are relatively inexpensive, and they come with some flaws. One, they're inexpensive for a reason. They're not that you can't use them. It's just that sometimes the wood grain shows through. Sometimes when you're painting, you'll end up in the wood grain, and then if you push too hard, you'll end up putting like a divot, and then your swoosh won't go on right. So gently push the paint. There we go. Thank you for the follow. I know it is fun. You guys, like I said, before you guys, I would have never, I mean, I might have picked the buttermilk, but I never would have picked red. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you, thank you. If you're new here, say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. I'm going to paint for a little bit, and just a few more minutes, and I'll finish up these swooshes, and we will call it a night. But in the meantime, okay, let's see. So I'm going to do a final swoosh here, maybe putting a black dot here. I'm not sure yet. Oh, that's too much paint. Oh, that's too much paint. Ah! That is the large end of the yellow. It's a lot of paint. So, Judy, if you end up and you got, don't use so much paint or use the smaller tool. Too small. I'm going to switch to the small end of the yellow. Because that's just, in some spots it'll be fine, but not all of them. So coming up here to the top. Yeah, that's better. And then following that down. Hang on a minute, I gotta find my spot. There we go. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, that's way better. There we go. All righty, moving along. So this will be the last part of tonight's live. We will be back tomorrow Now I'm not getting enough paint. We'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will work on our next project, keeping in time with our smaller patterns for ornament practice, I guess you could say. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. I'm leaving that alone. Am I missing any comments? Hi, hi Jane, how are you? I don't know what happened. My laptop finally decided it's not working. Sorry. Hi Lisa. Sorry, I'm missing comments. My laptop decided it was going to be, makes it look like a tree. Kind of, yes. Nope, won't. Okay. Hi, Jane from Louisiana. Thank you, Tasha, for the heart me. We've been watching paint dry without you. 25,000K. Yes, thank you. You guys are fabulous. And let's see, what did I miss? Yes, I did miss a bunch of comments. I am sorry, everybody. I was able to keep up with my laptop for a while there with comments, but it finally decided to. So, yeah. Just died. I mean, it's on, but it's not working. I think it got hot from getting charged. Okay, that one did not. Hang on a minute. So, if you need to fix your swooshes, remember you got to do it fast. You don't want to go back over it after you really done a swoosh because you get that weird ridge down the middle. Pretty, pretty, pretty. It won't. I think I want to change the name to the live. Change the name of the live. Live. Beginner.art, where we watch paint dry. I think that was our first. Was that? No, maybe not. No. Okay. I'm having a hard time here. Hang on a minute. I gotta get in here. There we go. So this one didn't quite come out the way I wanted it to. All right. In here. I know I'm probably in the words. Sorry. So I'm trying to come around the walking dots and then into the swoosh. So it's more of like not necessarily a swoosh with that black swoosh, but it's more of around the walking dots and then goes into the swoosh, if that makes sense. Hug but don't touch. Judy, what happened? What'd you do? No. Oh, Judy. Thank you for liking the live, guys. Oh no. That happens. This particular wood round actually is kind of rough. I've never really had one like where it's like rough. I mean, you could, if you get some and they're really not smooth, you could take like a 400 sandpaper to them. I just kind of work with them because I know what I'm getting. Like, I know the quality, so I know. But if it's really a problem, get some sandpaper and... Okay, let me wipe off my tool because... There we go. That's better. I also do... Oh, you do? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I thank you for the rose, MJ. No, do not paint with long sleeves. Isn't it looking pretty? It's like I said, I never would have expected these colors that I would like them as much as I am. But thank you, Joe. It does make it smooth. I've just, these are the only ones that, when I'm working with these inexpensive rounds, I run into that, and it's not every single one. It's like, for me, it's a practice piece. Now, I do not buy cheap rounds for when I'm working on a large mandala at all. As a matter of fact, they can get really pricey. So, but for these, I kind of know that I'm going to have possible mistakes. So I just kind of go with it. I deal with it. Some may say I'm lazy too. So I really don't want to. But if I had a really bad batch, I would absolutely have to. But every once in a while, it's not gonna. But I swear every single round of these does end up having a spot lately. Now those 6-inch ones that I got, I like those. They just need a heavier coat. Okay, so this is that one spot that was narrow. So it's a little wonky. I have a thing here. You see it? Well, oh well. That's what happens. I could get a toothpick. Oh, I got it. But my swoosh is messed up. My swoosh. Let me see something. Dare me? Dare me. Let's see, what's happening? I can't watch. Dare me? Let's see if I can fix that. Gently. That's enough, I think. So I'm just going to take the small end better. There we go. Two more, and we will call it a night. Uh-oh. Better call it a night, because I'm painting over my last row of dots. No, no. And that row right there is really tight too. Okie dokie. Let me catch up on chat here. I'll hold this up. Let's see. Not sure if you have ever seen the... I have. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for being here. That would be a good option. That was in Tasha. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, BG. My laptop is giving me grief. I didn't know you were here. Hi, friend. I like all the dares. That was rough, though. That was rough. Yes. So the silver's a little silvery, but it's still wet. So we'll see what it... The only thing I would think that could tie it in more, and I'm not sure if I would do it, would be to maybe put silver walking dots somewhere in this middle row. I don't know, because this silver is like really overpowering. So maybe that needs a top dot. So it's not so, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, good night, Marianne. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, we could do that. We're not using white because the white is, when we were painting, the white chalk marks just really overpowered it. So now I feel like it got overpowered by the silver a little bit, but it needs silver here, or this needs to be toned down. I don't know. I'm going to wait for it to, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to wait for it to dry. And then when we come back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, or if you guys come on later, I'll show you kind of what we decided to do. But yeah, I feel like, oh, hang on. Yeah, let me look at it here for a second. I mean, they're still wet. So let's wait and see. I know. But yeah, the black and gray palette was really fun. Yeah. I have to do something. I don't think I would do much in the middle row because I didn't want the silver to be like that. But we'll wait for it to dry. Oh, that would be a good idea. We haven't done off-centered. Yeah. Yep. That would be nice because that'll tone that silver down. Well, it's not really pink, Lisa. It's red. It does kind of look pink. I'm going to give you that. My lighting is awful. So yeah, so off-centered. I'll show you. We'll do that first. Oh, on the this one. That was one I did, like, started on a live way, way, way back. So we were just using that pattern to kind of get going tonight because we hadn't done that one. Yeah, see, I don't even know like what you all can see sometimes until you're like, oh no, it's over there. I mean, one night I was looking for a rock and everybody's like, it's right there in front of you. I'm like, I don't see it. But it was literally right there in front of me. All right, guys, we are at 10:44. I appreciate you all for being here. There are quite a few of you here. Please come back and see us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. We will work on something similar, but different background, a little different pattern. We're just practicing now to get ready to make some holiday ornaments going forward. Tasha, this is why I do this, because all day, every day, I am go, go, go. And then I look forward to 8 o'clock where I know that's like my nighttime routine now. Judy, you're doing, and I got an overreact. But thank you all for being here. I will see you all tomorrow. All right. And you know, PK Girl, you know everything is uploaded, right? Oh, that's a good idea. File folders. Hi, Aurora. Aurora Sky. All right, Tasha, have a good night. Yeah, PK Girl, before we get off, shoot me a message. The bottom left-hand corner, the orange box with the white arrow, send me a message there saying you would like to see the uploads, something like that. And I'll get you the information. Yep, perfect. You're in the right spot. All right, good night, Joe. Thank you for the idea. Appreciate you. What can you paint for my teaching team? Why not these? I mean, you can do these and buy the little easel for it, the mini easel, and then they sit there. Depends on like what your cost point is and how many is on your team, right? Here, I'm going to put this down. Because, you know, if, you're talking 20 people, that's going to take you a long time. So this is something, it's comes out nice. It's small. It's not going to take you forever to paint. And then, or you can do the ornaments, but they sell, it looks like a little paint easel, or even the little plate rack. You put fancy plates in them. But I wouldn't pick a size that's too big because, you get overwhelmed. This is also another good size, these rocks. You can buy them pre-poured. The only thing is the stencil is hard to do with what we have. you would want to consider getting the silicone one just so you don't lose your mind trying to do it. But and then you just seal it and you're done. You can get a kid. Jessica, stop looking. Well, maybe you can send Cece that information. I think Cece's account is private, or you can send it to me and I can get it to Cece. But yeah, that would be, like I said, when you say kit, you mean for this, the stones, or for this with the easel? Your friends, well, that's good. We're all friends here, so that's good. Like real friends? Like real friends. Oh, okay, that's cool. What size is the round? That's fun too. I'm excited about, I got to use mine. I get to use mine on Friday. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew each other like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, whoever might still be out there, I am going to make my vanilla latte sleepy drink and wind down the rest of the way. You guys have a good night. I will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.